Well, thanks for that, Mduduzi. Today marks the first Sunday of Alert Level 3, where churches countrywide have been given the green light to resume church services. Scores of charismatic churches in the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro in the Eastern Cape have opened its doors. Now, all religious organizations are required to form COVID-19 committees to assess their state of readiness and verify the existence of the plans before opening for services. Only 50 members are allowed per service. Our SABC News crew is currently at the Life Giving Church in Port Elizabeth. To tell us more, we now cross to our reporter, Lwando Nomoyi. Lwando, very good morning to you. Thanks for joining us and a warm welcome to Morning Live. We've seen different reactions from different churches with regards to the reopening of churches from today onwards after Level 3 came into effect. So from where you are, what is the position?
Well, thank you very much, Simpiwe. At the moment, we are at Life Giving Church. It's one of the churches here in the area of Fairview, which also took a decision to open its doors and in a safe manner to make sure that safety is adhered to. Although the service has not yet begun, we are seeing, some congregants making their way to the church, as we were speaking to the bishop before. So just to speak to all of this, if my cameraman, would show you that upon entrance there is a register that you fill in. The congregants will be filling in the register, they will be screened and they will be sanitized. So safety precautions are actually put in place to ensure that they are safe indeed, and the COVID-19 regulations are adhered to within this particular facility, because it is a gathering. Therefore, within the church itself, as you can see, Simpiwe, that the chairs within the church, there is social distancing to make sure and to just keep safety amongst the congregants themselves. Although we've seen other churches that have decided to keep their doors closed, this one has decided to make sure that people coming to this church will be indeed safe, as you have just seen that everything is in order. Just to in discussion, in fact, with us today, we've got the bishop of the church himself, Bishop Judah. Bishop Judah, a very good morning to you and thank you for joining us. Sir, just tell us, it's the first Sunday of Alert Level 3. You've been given the go-ahead to operate. Just take us through what are your expectations today.
Thank you so much for this time that you've given us. First of all, my name is Bishop Rendani Judah. We've been waiting for this opportunity to come back and fellowship as before. And I must say that people have been praying, and I think that God has answered us. So we are excited, and people are also excited, not just here in this church. People are excited. I've asked a number of people, they've been looking forward for this day. So we thank God for that.
And just also in terms of the measures that you have put in place for the church and your schedules right through, since now it is because we've started, permission has been given since the 1st of June, so right up until this day, how has the first week been for you?
Well, it's been a busy week because we had to go up and down trying to get every thing that is needed, the thermometers, the sanitizers, all of these things. So it's been like a very, very busy week, but we needed to do that so that we are complying with the regulations that the government has given us.
And also during lockdown, when the services were prohibited, how did you keep in touch, with your congregants? How did you actually try and make sure that you guys are still, in touch with them, and providing them the sympathy and lessons through, whichever social medias you were using?
First of all, I must say that it's been challenging, but we tried to reach our brethren through the WhatsApp groups. So we were praying, we scheduled prayer times where we were praying and even fasting, but we were not really organizing live streaming services like other churches. So it's been challenging, but at least through prayers we were able to fellowship that in that way. But it's been challenging.
And what is the mood, from some of the congregants? I'm sure some of them are still reluctant to come, to the church itself. There's a lot of innovation that has been sparked by COVID-19. Many churches have went virtual online. So what is the mood from the congregants on this?
A lot of people are still, of course, afraid because they think that if they come to church, maybe they might get in trouble. But it's actually very safe if we follow all the regulations that have been given unto us. And people we've been actually practicing these things, because a lot of people go to work where they have to be sanitized, they have to wear their mask, all of these things. So we actually have been doing it, and I don't see any problem why we can't do it for church.
And just also lastly, Pastor, you've got congregants, that are over the age of 60, and it has been a recommendation that even in workplaces they should, work from home or stay at home. And, for your congregants, what position are you taking in terms of people who are older than 60 or 55 years old in this regard?
For those who are older, since they are not allowed to come and join us in these services, the best we can do is to go and visit them, because I think we are in the level where we can at least go and see them. So that's what we are doing, just to go and fellowship with them, because many of these elderly people, they don't have phones and gadgets where they can connect like we do. So you have to physically go to them and try to share the word of God, pray with them and encourage them. That's what we are doing currently with those.
And just going forward, just take us through your schedule. Is it only going to be on Sundays, or are you going to have midweek lessons from now on?
For now, we will be having services only on Sundays. We will be having services on Sundays, and we will be continuing with prayers individually in our homes, and of course we'll be communicating through our WhatsApp groups and so on and so forth.
All right, thank you very much. That was Bishop Judah of the Life Giving Church here in Port Elizabeth, just briefly unpacking to us the safety measures and precautions that they have taken as a church. They have decided to open their doors, assuring that their congregants, will be indeed safe. But don't go anywhere. We'll just go to a quick ad break and we'll be right back.